Alexa Skill Stumpers, everybody's favorite segment. La 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 la, Alexa Skill Stumper. Holidays.
That was close.
Not bad. All right, so today we are doing. I know these are springing up like weeds. It's crazy. It's like coffee shops almost.
See what you did there.
And it's basically. I didn't.
You didn't mean to. That was the best.
That's awesome.
Best pun in the world.
So if you haven't had one in your store, I'm sure in your state. I'm sure they're coming eventually. I think everybody will have these CBD stores. We see a lot of them here in Myrtle Beach. CBD stores are growing rampant. Again, no pun intended. And so we want to kind of do, what do we think that a CBD store, because most of them, there's not like franchises yet. I haven't seen a franchised CBD store. They're more individually owned from what I've seen. Not saying that they don't exist.
They probably do.
They probably do.
They're probably not big time yet.
Yeah.
Because every state has different rules and regulations. Like Florida's still legal.
So a lot more individually owned CBD stores and wellness stores that are coming up with that. So how can Alexa help CBD stores and audio content in general?
I think education is always going to be one of the first things. For example, some of the ones, if you see CBD in these, there's different levels to it. I think with anything, there's CBD I think they've made some synthetic CBD. It's not real. They've made some that has low quality, like it's plants. If you go and buy Walmart brand fruit, it might not be as good as what's one of the nice Publix or Lowe's Foods fruit. It just, the farmers might be different. There's a lot of things that go into it. They could add things to it that might be bad. So you would like to be able to ask the ingredients, is it pharmaceutical grade? Is it like standard, like the same thing with like, what are the e-cigarettes, where you can go to the gas station and buy one, it's gonna explode, or you can go buy a nicer one with stuff, which I'm not condoning any of that. But I think there's different levels of quality and being able to talk about that.
Do you use CBD?
I used some the other day on my headache.
Actually,
it was an actual and I thought it was, I thought the topical stuff was kind of like placebo, to be honest with you, but it actually made my headache go away. I'm still kind of weirded out. It was like a headache behind the eyes, right? Yeah. And it was a topical.
Was it cream or oil?
It was like a cream type thing. It's kind of like Vaseline almost, and then I rubbed it right in there, and my headache actually went away.
That's interesting.
And we're not here. We're not selling you CBD, by the way.
We're not selling CBD, and I mean, like, I'm not. And you got to remember what CBD is. I think you're right. Educational podcast flash briefings about exactly what CBD is.
It's derived from hemp. It's not marijuana.
It's still, no THC. There's still a lot of confusion, I think, on it. So I think you can really win by putting out a lot of audio content, a lot of content in general, educating on what CBD is from your store, recording from there, and talking about all the different types and different uses. I think this can be long form podcast each week, microed down into multiple flash briefings throughout the week or at the.
You can talk about the history. I read recently an article that one of the main reasons that the actual hemp plant was banned is because these big paper companies saw it as a competitor because you can make paper out of hemp.
Right.
And so they lobbied and have it all shut down.
Yeah. So there's a lot of big business conspiracy, especially in America, on that. So all that education as well. I think
tinfoil.
I think your custom skills. So here, me and Sean always go back and forth between. Sean leans a little bit more into in-store, in your place. How can you use voice-enabled devices within your business? And I think of it more from a consumer level, a little bit of like, out in the public, somebody enabling your skill at home, and what are you able to offer there? So let's
that's actually where I was going with that one originally. Was at home, you could ask those type of questions and learn about it, education and stuff.
So Q&A. We could do a quiz about.
I think a flash briefing. I think a weekly or daily flash briefing on tips and stories and different things. Because I think there's a lot of skeptical people. Honestly, I kind of was. I believed in the oil, but the topical stuff, I don't understand.
So I think podcasting, from a podcast, bringing on testimonials, bringing on people, and even maybe going like legitimate people, like I would say influencer, but like people that are known. If you could get them on the show that actually use CBD and they actually have some
and aren't just
clout,
trying to sell it.
Yeah, and have some clout of their story. I think that would be interesting to athletes that use it as well.
Rob Gronkowski has a whole big CBD oil thing. Talks about how much better he feels now. He's also trying to sell it.
Yeah, so. I feel like I've seen a difference just age-wise and like working out and that kind of stuff as far as recovery time and like.
Do you think any of it's placebo make you feel? Because I've taken workout, like pre-workout stuff that was just coffee basically, but it's concentrated
this
caffeine.
this was more post. I do it morning and night. Just I feel like joint aches and pains, a little aches and pains. I don't have as much as I did last year to this year. I'm trying to, but some of it could be mental as well. Yeah, so I think...
But even if it is, then it works.
But I do think custom skill, because I think you can win in the space, and the CBD, like keywording and that kind of stuff.
We also have to be careful what Amazon allows. Facebook, for example, you can't even post the word CBD without it getting taken down. You can't run it. Yeah, they're very strict. So we need to check the guidelines on that.
I think it'd be tough selling certain things, but you can buy so much CBD on Amazon. That's why I don't.
I haven't researched that aspect.
Oh yeah. If you type CBD into the Amazon
right now on
Amazon store, it's like massive amounts you can buy on Amazon. So I think if you could sell it on Amazon, you got to be able to talk about it on Amazon. That wouldn't make sense for them to shut that down.
Yep, you can.
So, but how many search results? Like 19. So he just literally typed in CBD in the Alexa skill store. 19 results. You can win in this space.
They have one called
Flash Briefing.
The Talking Hedge, Canapot, Country Girl Hemp. This is the same person doing all of these.
Okay, well let's help it here. All right, so you can win in this space. Create a custom skill. Create some value behind the custom skill. As far as Q&A, what Sean was talking about, like history and informational, but also contact, how to find your store, how to reach out, how to be part of a community. Building a community around a local owned store is big, and you can do that through a custom skill. Create kind of your database, skill it within there, and get people signed up and have that as part of your marketing stream. I think would be huge. So CBD stores, as a store emerges, if you couple yourself with voice content and audio content and really put a ton of education out about your product and what you do, I think you have a ton of content just within the realm of your store to use for this.
I agree. I